So I think verticalization, especially in early markets, can be really powerful because, yeah, you want that access. You're not sure if you're going to get shelf space. And if you create a decent product at wholesale, it can be a huge advantage to have decent flower at a decent price in these early markets. Like in Ohio, people that are able to execute this are going to kill for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, whenever high prices last, right? But it's certainly not necessary to a good business. And as a matter of fact, sometimes the worst case is what I think is happening now in some of these markets is that one side of the business becomes an instrumentality of the other, where you're basically the retail side of the business is starting to support the wholesale side and ends up losing sales, and it basically you get a worse retail business and what ends up being a much weaker wholesale business in the long term, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, it really does. And I could talk about this all day because I think that what you're highlighting is that what has been happening is that people have been building business strategies based on regulatory capture, which is what verticalization represents, is the business opportunity as a result of being allowed to own it all, as opposed to being anchored on the consumer, which is what we're seeing in some of these more competitive places. And the future is that we're going to have to be anchored in the consumer. And it's becoming more and more obvious as the knife fight unfolds. Yeah, I hear you. And I agree. And I think those are really interesting points.